The Star Wars movies are some of the greatest movies out there with enjoyable protagonists and creepy villains, but Star Wars games are out of this world. With some of the best characters, setting, and story, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a game that should be shared across the galaxy. These are the questions that I'm going to answer in this game review. Who are the main characters? Are they protagonists, villains, or just some random mofos in the background? What is the plotline like? Is it fun, adventurous, or is it bland and stale? What is the theme of the game? Is the theme a message that should be shared and brought to your heart, or is it something that should ignore completely out of your mind? What would I give the game a rating out of? Do I think it's a 1 out of 10 and one of the worst games I've ever played? Or a 10 out of 10 and a complete masterpiece? And who am I? Who am I, and how does the game relate to me as a person? This is the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game review. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a thrilling game that extends on the Star Wars story with the clash between the Rebel and Imperial Alliance in the best way possible. A game published by Electronic Arts and coming out in 2019 with an extremely high 8.8 out of 10 rating on IGN, it is the perfect story for people new and old to Star Wars and explains every part of the original story in great detail and as basic as possible in a way where anyone can understand and enjoy the game if you are new to the franchise. DICE, the creator of Star Wars Battlefront 2, smashed the story out of the park. The great story that DICE demonstrates takes place in a galaxy far, far away in the eyes of Iden Versio. I know, a cool name for a cool character who is relatable and courageous commander who doesn't let anyone stop her final mission from being completed. Commander Versio also has two helpful assistants, Del Meeko and Gideon Hask, intelligent and new characters to the story who are serious and loyal to the Imperial Alliance, but joke around at times as well, which is great for the pace of the story. Electronic Arts does have a history of making games for a cash grab, but other games like Garden Warfare 2 and of course the Star Wars Battlefront franchise just don't do that. Being one of the best games published by the studio, it is a Star Wars story that one cannot miss a chance to blast into and go on a fabulous adventure with the main characters. The plotline of Star Wars Battlefront 2 is one of the best campaigns that I and anyone else in the world has probably played. It is the most fun 6-hour journey that I have ever been on. You could do something productive and boring, or you could play this amazing experience that is a true masterpiece. It is entertaining and beautiful to look at for every second you play, and is very cinematic with the camera shots that are shown throughout the adventure. Iden Versio and the Imperial Alliance have to fight against their rivals, the Rebel Alliance, who are trying to end the Imperials once and for all after all the destruction they have done to the galaxy. Versio and the Inferno Squad are sent out on a dangerous mission, Operation Cinder, a mission to destroy many parts of the Rebel Alliance, such as their military and defensive weapons that could help them win the war. The Imperials wander around the galaxy to many planets and moons to kill rebels who are trying to destroy the Death Star, search and steal military cargo that the rebels could help to fight against the Imperials, and protect Imperial ships that are under danger. If you are a lover of a great story with lots of tasks to finish and great characters, you will love the story presented in Star Wars Battlefront 2 by light years. The theme for Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the side you start on, or maybe a loyalty, might not be the best side to be on. This message fits the campaign with perfect precision because, spoiler alert, if you have not played the game, you might want to close your ears, I don't know, walk outside the room, take a little stroll or something. Iden Versio and Del Meeko decide to side with the rebels inside the main palace in Theed after helping the rebels with a one-time mission contract. This turning point in the story shows the theme almost word for word, showing that the side that Iden Versio and Del Meeko had been on since the start of their lives was not the best side to be on after witnessing the destruction that the Imperial Alliance was doing to innocent people. The main reason for the switch of alliances was watching the Imperials start killing innocent people on her home planet. Her and Meeko decide that they want to switch, which is ironic because they want to switch from the side that her dad is part of. Now, you might be wondering, where is Gideon Hask? If you recall, Hask was part of the Empire and Inferno Squad. On her home planet, Iden Versio realizes that the Empire is killing people and that they should probably evacuate everyone on the planet, which relates to the theme. Hask tells them that they should not because her father told them to stick to the plan. Iden gets fed up with Hask and shoots him in the lower leg. Hask tells her father and the Inferno Squad breaks up, which leads to Iden and Del noticing that they were on the wrong side the entire time. The theme of the story is a fantastic message that is simple to understand while you fly across the galaxy. I personally would give the great game Star Wars Battlefront 2 a solid 9 out of 10 rating. It was the most enjoyable story-based experience I have ever played, with complicated but manageable missions to play through that were a blast to play, and classic switching side story that DICE perfectly executed. The visual design of the game was also a fun treat, with the graphics that made popular games like Fortnite look like Tetris in comparison. The lowest rating that I think anyone should give the title would be an 8 out of 10. The reason for this rating to be given would only be the complicated missions at times. I spent a long time while looking for the correct thing to do in many of the missions, as the directions were not clearly told to me but simply explained to you. I think DICE and the other creators of the game should have given a better explanation of what to do in many scenarios. A solid 9 out of 10 is well deserved for the title, however, and I cannot wait to give the next game in the trilogy an even better rating than I did for one of my favorite games. Jordan MacArthur. You might know him. He's a tall, average guy who's the most in-depth Star Wars fan I have ever seen. He has binged every Star Wars movie in a matter of days, sat through the lengthy but entertaining shows like The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett several times over just so he can gather every little detail there is to know about the series. His fascination with space and all there is to know about the universe also adds to the fact that he loves Star Wars so much. When little Jordan was in grade 4, he made an entire website on Google Sites for a school project just to show his full dedication to the art of astrology. Jordan MacArthur is the complete definition of a nerd.